In this video, I will show you how to create and run a retargeting campaign on Meta. So if you're someone who's running Facebook ads for your business or your client's business, if you're an agency owner or a contractor, this is definitely going to help you understand retargeting campaigns, map and design the campaign and run it to get more sales, get more clients, and get more revenue. So this entire video is going to be a step-by-step breakdown. In this point, we will talk about some theory, which will help you understand, design your campaign better and run it better. So what is a retargeting campaign? A retargeting campaign shows ads to people who have already interacted with your business, but have not converted yet. So if you were running ads in the past, there will be people who saw your ad or saw the video in your ad or went to your web page that you were running ads on, or they may have opened the form, that kind of stuff, but they never converted. They never submitted a form, or they never bought anything from you. They never contacted you from the ads. So we are basically going to target those people because they may have been slightly interested, but they never bought something, or they never made that initial contact. Okay, so who are these people? They may have visited your website or landing page. They may have watched the first few seconds of the video you were running ads on, or organically you posted a video, engaged with your Facebook or Instagram content. That means followed you or engaged with any of the posts, liked, commented, or shared any of the posts from your Facebook or Instagram, opened a lead form without submitting. So if you were running instant form campaigns, they may have opened the form but never submitted it, added a product to their cart without purchasing. So this is basically one of the best ways to run retargeting campaigns for e-commerce. So these are basically warm audiences, right? If you think about it, these people already know about you. They have seen you in the past, so they remember you. But all they need is just a simple nudge. All they need is just a bit of more content about you, just a bit more information about you before they make that decision. So the purpose of retargeting is to bring them back, build more trust, and encourage them to take the next step. Now let's talk about the types of retargeting, what type of retargeting we can do. Let's look into it in more detail. First type of retargeting we can do is website retargeting. People who visited our website or landing page or a specific service page or pricing page. This applies to e-commerce websites mostly, like what pages they visited or what pages they stayed on for longer. Based on that, you can do retargeting. Facebook lets you do a lot of stuff with it. Then comes Facebook and Instagram engagement. People who have engaged with your post, liked, commented, shared, visited your profile, sent you a message, followed you, that kind of stuff. Lead form retargeting, basically someone who opened the lead form but never submitted it. Customer list, so you can upload a list of people who can see your ad. That's also a way of retargeting. E-commerce, so people who added the product to cart but never purchased. That also can be done in a retargeting campaign. Talking about retargeting budget, a good starting point is around 10 to 20% of your total advertising. So we usually go up to 30, but never more than that. So if you have $5,000 of monthly ad budget, you can actually take 10% or 20% of that, run a retargeting campaign of that. So exact amount depends on the audience size. The bigger the size of the audience is, the more budget you will need. But usually we don't need that much because the audience size is very, very small compared to your original campaign. Now let's talk about the types of retargeting ads. What types of ads can we run? When you're designing your ads for your retargeting campaign, what you can do is you can take customer testimonials, whether it's a text testimonial put on your Google business profile, or you can put case studies or video testimonials are good retargeting ads. Also, objection handling ads. You could ask your existing client or customer base, what was the thing that was stopping you from contacting us, or what questions did you have before contacting us? So that's actually a good source of information. If you ask your existing client, they can give you valuable information like, okay, I wasn't sure about your pricing, or I wasn't sure what services you provide, or this thing about your service, I didn't know anything about that before contacting you, so I was a bit hesitant. So these type of things can be addressed in your ads, whether through a video or an image, whatever makes sense. The format is not important. What's important is what's the theme or what's the content inside your ad. It could be video testimonial, it could be test testimonial, case studies, objection handling. educational style FAQs like, hey, 5 things you need to know before this, and that could be relevant to your service. These are the very commonly used retargeting ads we use. Offer reminder ads. So if you've already given them the offer in the original campaign of yours, you could just remind them about the offer. Hey, we have this offer, just so you know, it expires in X amount of days. So that's also a good type of retargeting ad you can run. So these are the themes you should always stick to when you're running retargeting ads. Now we will go to our Facebook Ads Manager to create a retargeting campaign. As you can see, I'm in my own ads manager. I'm using this as an example in this video. But what you have to do is when you are in your ads manager, just go to adsmanager.facebook.com and navigate to the right ad account here from this toggle. Once you are there, you'll just click on create, and the objective will be whatever your objective is. Usually for retargeting, we either select leads or sales. That's it. So I'll select leads on this one. For local businesses, we mostly use leads. So I'll say retargeting August 2026. This is how I name my campaigns. Now, when it comes to budget, I usually keep it campaign budget because I only have one ad set. So it doesn't really matter if I'm doing ABO or CBO. I just usually leave it campaign budget, and the budget will be relatively smaller than my original campaign. So if my original campaign has 50 per day, I will go with something like 10 or something. Okay. So that's 20% of my daily budget. That's fine. Nothing else to do here. I'll go to the ad set level now. Okay. So here you could either select website or instant forms, or website and instant forms. So usually this is the new format that Facebook has introduced. You can run website ads and instant form ads at the same time. It's up to them to decide who gets to see what. So if you are not still comfortable with this format, just go with anything like website or instant forms. I'll just go with instant forms in this one, and then I'll have to select the right page. So I'll just select my page from here. Maximize number of leads is fine. Now everything else stays very, very similar to your original campaign. We've already selected the budget, the goal, the page performance goal, everything else like schedules and stuff, everything stays same as usual. But what you have to do here is find the suggest an audience box here, and then go to create new. And then what we will do is we will select custom audience. Okay. So this is the type of retargeting we can do. If we want to do, let's say, website retargeting. Okay. So we want to target people who visited our website or landing page, but never converted. So we will basically go here and say website and then say next. So I'll just say, what's the source? So in that case, if you're doing website retargeting, your pixel code must be installed on the website. If it's a website, then all pages of the website. Okay. So it's very important. That's why you should have that here. So I'll just select the pixel. Let's say this pixel or the code in this pixel is installed on my website. So that's how Meta is tracking the website visitors. If you don't have the pixel code installed, it's not going to work. Simple as that. So what's the event we are tracking? All website visitors, people who visited specific web pages, page view, purchase, complete registration. So basically I'll say here, all website visitors, page view. That's it. So basically I'm saying people who visited my website in the last 180 days. I don't think you can go more than that. Let's see. Yeah. So it must be 180. In the last 180 days should see the ads under this ad set. That's how I'm designing my retargeting ad set here now. So that's it. I can just name it audience name, like website visitors like last 180 days. That's it. And it's not really static, by the way. So people usually assume that, okay, the moment I create this audience, it's going to be locked in from today to the last 180 days. But it doesn't work like that. What happens is every day the window slightly changes. So if it's tomorrow, it's going to be tomorrow, since the last 180 days. So it's going to keep changing the 180 days retention window. So that's it. So if you give it a name, website, visitors, and then just create the audience, it's going to create it. So let's just say website visitors create. That's it. Now we can talk about lookalike audiences in the next video or, in one of the later videos, but this is your website retargeting audience. So if you hit done, then you can see that website visitors is already included. So this is a chunk of retargeting audience. Now we will go back, create new custom audience. This time we want to look at another format of retargeting. Let's say video. This is actually one of the most commonly used use cases in retargeting campaigns. So if I do videos, I can actually say that people who have viewed at least 3 seconds of video, 10 seconds or 20 seconds, 25%, 50%. So this is actually the criteria you're creating. So I usually go for people who have at least viewed 10 seconds of my video, and I can also specify the video. So if I select this video, let's say whatever video there is, so I'll just go to my page. There you go. And all the videos from my page will show up. So I'll say people who have visited, people who have seen this video, at least 10 seconds of it, I want to retarget them. That's it. And you can actually select more videos than one. So I'll just do this one, like, you know, sky's the limit here. So whatever videos you have, the criteria here is among these videos, people who have at least watched at least 10 seconds of them, I want to target them in my campaign or in my ad set. So I'll say 10-second video watchers. That's my other type of retargeting audience. So currently I have included both. So just so you know, you can include multiple segments of retargeting or custom audience here. So I'll go back and create another custom audience. And by the way, you can do multiple types here. So you can also do people who have watched at least 10 seconds. And also you can do people who have viewed at least 25%. So again, it's up to you to decide. Okay, so let's go back now. I usually go for Instagram profile. So that's also one of my favorite ways of creating retargeting audiences. So I'll just go back here and I'll select my own page. There's a few options you can choose when you're retargeting Instagram audience, people who have started following this account. That's one of them. Usually if you do this, you get more people who are serious about your business or, you know, buying something from you, but at the same time you get a very less amount of people. So that's also not good for Facebook. Facebook needs to work with a lot of data. So if your audience size is very, very narrowed down, that's also going to hurt your performance. That's why I usually go for either people who engaged with this professional account or people who have visited this professional account's profile. So I'll just say post engagers, or people who engaged means they visited my profile or they liked my post, any of my posts, commented or shared any of my posts, anything like that. That's it. So I'll say Instagram retargeting. That's another type of retargeting audience you can create. So we'll hit done, go back. The last one I'm going to show you is, obviously there are more, but you can do the same thing with Facebook, literally same as Instagram. Okay, just select the page and then audience retention, you can go up to 365 days and then you can select anything from here, just name it, and then that's it. Now another one we have is lead form. So if you select lead form, that basically means that if you were running a lead form campaign, people who visited the lead form, like opened it but never submitted it, you can actually retarget them. That's it. So the retention window, I don't think it's going to be more than 90. That's it. So in the last 90 days who've opened my lead form but never submitted it, I'm retargeting them. So just name it and that's it. So once you have a bunch of retargeting audiences here, then you can go ahead and create your ads under this ad set. Everything stays the same as usual. And that's it. That's your retargeting campaign. So this is going to be a low budget, high focus campaign that you can always run for your business. You can keep it running all the time. All you need to do is just do optimizations on the ads level because your audience is already defined in the ad set level. So you don't have to touch that. However, if you have more audience to work with, like at the same time, you want to see which one's performing better. Is it my video retargeting, or is it my social media like Facebook or Instagram retargeting, or is it the landing page retargeting? Which one's working better? In that case, you can create multiple ad sets, and each ad set will have a segment of retargeting audience. Like ad set 1 will only have the Facebook and Instagram engagers. Ad set 2 will have video engagers, like people who have watched at least 10% of my video or 10 seconds of the video. Segment 3 or ad set 3 could have the video, like the lead form openers, like whoever opened the lead forms but never submitted it. So you can do a lot of things here in terms of testing, but the ads, the types of ads are always going to be these. I don't really recommend running direct offers and stuff. You can do, like always when you're doing retargeting ads or creating ads for your retargeting campaign, you have to always keep in mind that these people already know you. They have seen you in the past. They have some information about you. You have to offer them something in a way that you're acknowledging the fact that they already know you. So, you know, hey, long time no see, that kind of stuff. Okay, so this is how we usually design our retargeting campaigns, and I've already shown you how we create the campaigns. So once everything's done here, just hit publish and the campaign will be published. Just need to analyze it and optimize it further. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions about retargeting campaigns or anything about Facebook ads and usual, I'll see you in the next one.